Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I thought we'd continue working on the project Big Motor Upgrade that I'm doing on my mini lathe. Let's get into that. I don't know if you've seen my last video, but what I did was I made this shaft and I made these bushings. What I need to do now is, when these pulleys are in position, what I need to do is make a belt tensioner. Let me show you where that's going to go. The belt is going to go right behind all of this stuff. Let me get this out of the way. I need to get this part off. All right. Right here is where the belt's going to go. When that motor is gone, I'll have that shaft and pillow blocks will go right here, shaft will go to about here, and that belt will come down. Everything is stationary, it does not move. So there's no way to adjust the belt like this here motor adjusts up and down to just the belt right now. But that's not going to be here. So instead of making more holes in this machine, there are two 5mm bolt holes, threaded holes, that this motor guard, case, cover, I'm going to use those. So what I need to do is make something that comes across and down. We call that the finger bracket. The finger will be attached to that, and on the end of the finger will be a bearing. What I'm going to make first is little bushings to hold the inside race of the bearing, and it'll be bolted to the finger, leaving the outside of the bearing to spin, which will push against the belt. Well, let's quit talking about it and make those things. I decided to go with some aluminum 6061. I made a little sketch. Here, look at this. 1/2-inch stock. It's a 1/4-inch drill through. One diameter has to be 392. That's to go through the ID of the bearing. It's going to have a flange on the side, 0.125, and the part that goes into the bearing is 156 thousandths long. Okay, let's make this thing. Well, that's what I'm making anyway. What I'm going to do first is just face it off and then drill a 1/4-inch drill bit all the way through. It's nothing fancy. Let's do that. That's probably enough. Okay, what I need to do now is set a stop. I have some gauge blocks set up for 156 thousandths, and I'm going to place that between my carriage and my dead stop. I'm going to face that Now I know it's a 0. Okay, remove the gauge blocks and start turning. I need to turn down to 392 thousandths. So what I'm going to do is take a cut, measure it, and see how much I have left to go. $483. Okay, I have 90 thousandths left to go. Let's do this. $392.5. Let's see if that bearing fits. It does. Okay, I need to cut this off and then make one more. How I'm going to do this? I have 156 thousandths back. I want a 1/8 wall, and this is a 62 thousandths cutoff blade. What I did was set up some gauge blocks at 343 because that's what that adds up to. I want to put my gauge blocks between the dead stop and the carriage. I'm going to touch off here. Okay. The last thing I need to do is cut it off. All right, let's do this. That's one in a row. Let's quickly do that last one and then get over to the mill and make the bracket that I need. And there you have it. There's 2 of them. Okay, I'm out of the lathe. Here's my 2 bushings. And this is the bearing I'm going to use. And I'm going to start making the finger. What I need to do is make what I have a little skywork from Sketches. This is what I'm calling the finger. It's a piece of 1/4 inch thick piece of 6061. I'm going to clean up the ends at 2 inches, drill and tap a 1/4 20, and put a slot in it, just like this sketch looks like. Let's do that. I'm just going to put it in the mill and mill these sides. brought this down to 2 inches. Well, it's within 4 thousandths. It's 1 inch, 996, 97, somewhere around there. But according to my sketch, I need to put a 1/4 inch slot about 3/8 of an inch from the bottom. That's the center line of the slot. And I'm going to go within 3/8 of each side. There's nothing accurate about this. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to drill and tap a hole for a 1/4 20 for this here bearing. And according to my sketch, it comes a 1/4 of an inch from the bottom here. So you can come over here right away and just put a sketch, a scratch. And it's going to be in the middle. There's my scribe mark for the middle. I found an end mill in my box. It's a 1/4 inch diameter, and it has this fast helix or slow helix all the way up, and it's center cutting. I was going to try and plunge into my part and just take the whole thing all the way along. I don't know how that's going to work, but I'm going to try it. And then I'll just eyeball where that scribe mark, scratch, whatever you want to call it, and drill and tap my 1/4 20. Let's go do that. All right, I have my 3/8 slot and my spindle centered up. I'm just going to put that little end mill in that I found and see how that works. Okay, let's put that drill and tapped hole in. Put a little oil on this and tap it. Kind of steady it at first. Push, turn. As soon as you feel it grabbing, have to make sure that it's square and just start turning. It's a 1/4 20. Have to deburr this, and then this finger, what I'm calling the finger, will be finished, and we just need to make the finger bracket. Next is the bracket. Like I said, I work from sketches, so this is what I'm making here, and I'm going to lay it out right away. It's 5/8 of an inch, 16 millimeters, for about 4 3/8, 4.5, whatever this is. I think it's 4.5, and it's going to be 3 inches down by about an inch. So I'm going to lay that out. Set this up using a 5/8 dowel pin. Okay, and like I said, that's going to be an inch. So we'll use my 1, 2, 3 block. Set it on the 1 inch. And it's going to be 3 inches long. And again, I'm just going to use the 1, 2, 3 block there. Nothing fancy. I'm just going to saw cut that out. And I am going to have a radius, so I'm going to do a quick drill through with a 1/2 inch drill bit. Let's do that. Okay, I'm set up and I'm ready to drill. Let's do this.
This here is a mounting hole or slot like this one. I think we should put those in now.
I have a 3/16 roughing end mill in here. Look at this end mill. And what I want to try is to plunge through with this. And I need to make this thing about 400,000, 200 thousandths each way. It's a slot. It's for a 5mm bolt. I'm going to go to 5.2 millimeters or 13/64 or whatever the end mill makes it. It's not really important as long as it's in the right place. Okay, let's try this. Now I'm going to use the 5.2 or 13/64 end mill and open those slots up for the 5mm bolts. Let's do that. They look nice and clean. Okay, let's get that out of there and saw that bracket out. All right, I cleaned up the inside after I sawed it. Now there's one last thing. I need to make a slot, and I want to make it on a 12-degree angle. I'm going to set that up in a mill, and then we'll mill that right away. Let's do that. It's just under 1 1/4. One, 240. Would take about 10 thousandths more. Let's see how this fits. Fits fine. Now I need to drill and tap a 1/4 hole in there. Let's do that. Line this up with a 1/4 dowel pin. That looks good. Put a number 7 drill in there, drill it, and then hand tab it. Nothing special, just 1/4 tap. Okay, let me clean that up. We'll put it all together. It looks like the holes are in the right place, up and down. Of course, this here will go in that hole, but I just wanted to make sure that the 180 thousandths from the center line of the hole up worked. And as far as the other way, I have them slotted pretty well. You can't see this, but they're right where they belong. And the most important thing, this is the finger. It will tighten wherever I need it tightened. It will go on over here. When this motor's gone, there'll be all the room in the world for this here. And I'll be able to slide this up and down. Of course, there'll be a different belt, different pulleys, all of that. So, I believe this video is coming to an end. So I'm going to call it a wrap. So, until next time, enjoy.